St. Vincent's has many problems and had many problems that were on the way to being fixed, with the State Department saying, Department of Health saying, that there's no need for a hospital, an acute care hospital here. There was no way. The board had no choice but accept to vote to close. Even though the hospital has been closing, the number of people walking into our emergency room has not gotten smaller, and in some cases it has increased. Now that's with no ambulances.
So people still think they can come to St. Vincent's to get help.
I believe we had maybe 48 yesterday, and in the 60s the day before. Of course, that's not what we had, but that's a significant number, thinking that tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, the doors will be closed. There will be, the emergency department will close, and as we know, St. Vincent's, it will not exist anymore. St. Vincent's and the work of the Sisters of Charity had a big impact on New York City. You know, it was part and parcel of the city's growing up. We began because there was a need for health care. We developed collaboratively with doctors and the sisters. We built the finest school of nursing. St. Vincent's nurses have been recognized all over the country. We've been here for almost every traumatic need in the city. The shirtwaist factory, the Titanic, the two World Trade incidents, being the epicenter of the AIDS epidemic. When you think of almost every crisis, healthcare crisis that has existed in our city, that St. Vincent's has responded to, then I say St. Vincent's not being here is a big loss to our city. You know, our values, the values of the sisters that have been inculcated in St. Vincent's, really are in the marrow of everybody's bones in this place. You know, for some people this is their only professional experience for 50, 60, 50 years at least. So when our employees, our doctors, our nurses go someplace else, they're carrying this all with them. But the fact that we won't be here anymore with our values and our sense of compassionate care, quality care, because if you know the Sisters of Charity at all, you know that they expect of themselves excellence as well as working together for excellent care. There'll be a difference. But they can't kill the spirit in this place just because the doors close. I think this is a big end of a cycle, of an era for the Sisters of Charity. St. Patrick's Old Cathedral School closed at the time that St. Vincent's is closing. Our first mission in New York was Old St. Patrick's Cathedral Parish. From, I don't know if you know the movie The Gangs of New York.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
That's when we were here. Those are the days of our beginnings. It really is the end of a cycle of what we have contributed to New York. What comes next? I don't know. We're not as many as we used to be. Our aging process is moving quite along. So we're in the process of saying, what are we being invited into? What, where are the unmet needs? What is going to be our focus? So that's where we are. We acknowledge that God has been good to us through our works, but now we have to let go of them and ask where we're being called into in the future.
For you personally, what has this experience been like?
Oh, you're going to get me crying. You just can't believe the people who work here. The level of commitment that the people have here to the mission, to serving the people. You just couldn't. St. Vincent's has a lot of things that we've done well because of the people who work here. But people here always kept one focus: take care of the patients and do it together.